Hello, this is Ever Pierce. In this video, we're going to focus on 12 months. Now, in our solar, when I say solar year, is the amount of days that it takes for the Earth to rotate around the sun. And a day basically consists is how many hours in reference to time that it takes for the Earth to make a complete rotation. So that's most people understand that concept in terms of day and year. But there's a lot of things that people don't know about the date or any other things that is out there. But I do. Now, if I was to tell you that my numbers is inscribed in the building of our months and days, as well as my previous life, little bits of information. So, 12 months. Now, when we think of 12, in reference to someone very, very popular amongst mankind in the timeline of man, is Jesus. Jesus had 12 disciples. That was one of my previous lives. My other previous life is Abraham Lincoln. Now, February is the only month that isn't 30 or 31 days. It's 28. Because our solar year is 365 and a quarter. So that's why every so many years we have a leap year. And that goes to February 29th. Now, focus on Lincoln, my birthday of my past life. Now, you can put the month, day, and year in any particular order. But if we put the day first, if we put it in chronological, means day, week, month, year. That's what I mean by chronological. So we put the day first, 12th, and then the month. 1, 2, 2. As I've already shown in my other videos, and if you haven't paid the $100 to see how to properly set up your date baseline, then I would suggest that you go to my PayPal, paypal.me/everpierce, ante up, make your leap of faith of $100, and we'll send the link to over 12 videos that breaks it down in clarity as to how and why you set your baseline of the date in a very particular way. Okay? And here's my social accounts if you want to know more about me. When you send the $100, do text me, and then I'll text you back the link and link you up to my servers with the video. Okay, so we pretty much know of our months consisting 30, 31, like I just explained to you. And like E equals MC squared, 221 is a God factor. 221 is in the design of the human body. It's in the design of the skull. It's in the design of water. Okay, E advances E, F, G, M, N, O. C, one letter, and goes to D. God square. So, as Jesus, as I used hand gestures, that was 221. As Einstein, I brought about E equals MC squared, which is one of three parts. I left this little piece of puzzle behind, and then when I get to this lifetime as Everett, then I can take all the pieces to the puzzle that I left behind that I would only understand, but a lot of people would just look at it and wouldn't really understand it. Okay, so that's the significance of E equals MC squared and 221. Now, February. Okay, now let's look at some other basic facts of our months. Let's count how many months has 31 and how many months has 30. Okay, so we'll pull this out. So we got solar year count and we also got month and day. So we're already working on month and day. So when we put over here, now we got 7 months that has 31 days, 4 months that has 30 days, and we got 1 month that has 28 days. So 7 and 4 is 11, plus 1 is 12. Okay, so if 741 is a representation of a solar year count, It'd be 147 or 741. Well, 741 is too much because you only have 365 days in a year. If you was to read it up, it would be May 27th. Okay, so you only have two choices here. 741. Well, you would have to, it's too big. So you have to view it on a 10 scale, like your hands. You got 5 fingers over here. If you're on a 10 scale, then your other hand will have 5 fingers. So you would automatically see a 341. 341st day of the year, is December 7th. 741 days is too big. But if we read it upwards, it's 147, and that's May 27th. So we're looking at it on both perspectives of just basic information. Most people don't even know this. But just simply make an observation. Which months have 31? How many have 30? And then and of course, one month that only has 28. 741. 341. So even I, and not to mention pi, in the design of the months and days, the square root, just like the square root of pi 3.14 is 1.77. So the pi was the focal point in developing our months and days. So, and like I just said, is, a lot of people think they know it all. They think they're some master numerist. But I'm not a scholar. I'm an author when it comes to mathematics and numbers. I own it. So it would only make sense that if you're going to have a teacher, is to have a teacher that is an author of something versus a scholar. Because when people learn things as like a student, not everyone understands it correctly. So just like I had illustrated here, on just simple observation of what we already know about months are months. Yeah, we know the days, but simple observation. How many have 31? How many have 30? How many have 28? And how we come up with 741. And as Einstein, I'm notably for 407 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation. So there's all these little telltale signs. So it's, when you're going to do a pyramid of numbers, and you're going to want to, you're trying to gain insight about yourself, insight about me, insight about God, developing a relationship. Everything is about understanding a relationship. So just this element here, most people don't even know. Most people don't even know that pi was the basis in which setting up our month and days. Like I illustrated here. How you say 12 too, but if I didn't explain this, I can also explain it in another way. Meaning, I'm born on the 12th, and I'm only 2 days away from Valentine's. 122, and I said these are God numbers. And for a lot of people out there who believe in God, who know God exists, is the one love. I mean, a higher evolution than who we are, a higher power. So 122 is in there. If you're just paying attention to just some basic information about our months that we go through every single day. My E equals MC squared. And as why I would make symbols in my pictures as Jesus doing something similar to this. 2, 2, 1 factor. And on the Last Supper, with my hand, one hand up, one down, one up. Teaching these guys numbers, mathematics, evolution, God. I mean, multiple things, because they were my apprentices. So this is something that a lot of people don't even know about. But I'm inscribed in the development or the method of the months and the days in a year.